Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I am making a really easy, kid-friendly, comfort food type recipe. We're making a buffalo tater tot casserole. We're obviously going to make it vegan, so we're not adding actual chicken in this. We're going to use some chickpeas and some vegan chicken, but there's a lot of alternatives now, so it makes it super easy to make something like this, which is good because then it gives you lots of leftovers. So I'm going to show you my ingredients, and then when we come back, I will have diced my vegetables, drained my peas, and gotten pretty much everything ready to start cooking. All right, ingredients for our buffalo tater tot casserole. You're going to need some tater tots. That seems pretty obvious, but whatever tater tots you like, use those. And then for our filling, we've got the tofurkey plant-based chicken, a package of that, and then a small can of chickpeas rinsed. Basically, you want 3 cups. You can use all chickpeas, you could use all tofurkey, but I like a mix, and this adds extra fiber and nutrients. Then for veggies, we've got 1 medium onion, 2 ribs of celery, and a pepper of choice, red, yellow. I'm going to use green. For our sauce, we've got the President's Choice sour cream alternative. Great value. Who knew? It has a plant-based ranch dressing. That's awesome. Some red buffalo sauce of choice. I'm using the Frank's Red Hot buffalo sauce. And then some nutritional yeast. This is not regular yeast. I keep saying that, but just in case somebody doesn't know, this is optional, but what it's going to do is give it an extra cheesy flavor. So if you have it, let's use it. We're using the Dayia cutting board oat cream cheese, and salt and pepper to taste, and a little oil to saute your vegetables if you want. Otherwise, we'll saute in water. Let's make it. Okay, well, I thought it was recording. It was not. So here's where we are in our journey. I have put the onions and the celery in this pan to start softening. I did add sprayed it a little bit with oil, but I also added water in there to help those soften. We're going to put the peppers in after these have softened just a little bit because I want these to have a little bit more bite. And now we're making the sauce. So I'm using this President's Choice sour cream alternative. And you can use whatever one you can find. This one's made with coconut milk. If you can't find one, use plain unsweetened yogurt. The thicker the better. And you can find those in coconut or oat or almond too. So we've got a cup of that. And now we're putting a cup of the ranch dressing. Now, I would have traditionally used some ranch dressing mix. I have a recipe on the channel for that, and I'll link that in the show notes. But I don't have any made. And while I was at the store, I saw this, and I thought, you know what? We're just going to use this. So this is a great value plant-based ranch. Who knew? Great value. And so I've not tried it. That's good. We want tasty, zesty. That's actually quite good, surprisingly. And so I'm going to put a cup of that in here. Let's give this a stir. Okay. So we've got a cup of that, cup of the sour cream. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of the nutritional yeast to give it a cheesy flavor. Just add a little extra, a little something, something. But that is optional. If you don't have it or don't like it, don't use it. Get that mixed in. And then next, you can use anywhere from a quarter to a half cup or more if you want, but that's traditionally what would be used. I'm going to use a half cup because it's going to be a little spicy, but that's okay. Remember, this is going for all the ingredients, so you're not just eating this on its own. Now, if you want, if you're not sure, put in put in a quarter cup, and then give it a taste. See if it's spicy enough for you. You can always add more. Yum. Okay, I'm not going to add salt, but I am going to add some pepper. A lot of pepper. And now is when you would grate your cheese if you're using a block. This Dayia does come in a block, and I have some, but I've got one package open, so I might as well use just the pre-grated. Everything else is ready to go. Preheat your oven to 350 Fahrenheit. I'm not sure what that is in Celsius. For a country that is supposedly on the metric system, Canada still uses Fahrenheit for oven temperature readings, measurements. So I don't understand. So I've just added a little bit more water. Gonna add the peppers in now so we can get them to soften just a little bit, because they really don't have enough time to cook in the oven. But if you like your peppers to be, you know, really sort of crunchy or not cooked, don't, and your other vegetables too, don't pre-cook them. Just mix everything together and put it in the oven. So I'm going to let this do its saute thing, and we'll come back when it's ready and we can start assembly. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off. These have softened. They're not like totally soft, but they've softened quite a bit. And that is what we want. Okay, so here's what these look like. And let's just bring everything over here. Since the pan I'm using is oven safe, we're going to use this. If it wasn't, I would put everything into a great big bowl, mix everything, and then put it into a greased casserole dish. So that's what you have to do. That's how you do it. Okay, so now that we have the onions and celery and peppers, we're now going to add in the rest of the ingredients. I'm adding in the chicken and the drained and rinsed chickpeas. And let's drill that all up. Break up the chicken into smaller pieces if you still see some big pieces. You could use butter beans for this as well, white navy beans. If you didn't want to use mock meat, I would do that. Okay, so now that everything is mixed in there, let's add in our sauce, and then we will add in the cheese in a second. Get all of that sauce in there. Now let's stir that all together. Make sure it's all coated. Now, here's where we're adding our cheese. We're going to add in about a cup and a half. Cup and a half. One great big handful. That's going to thicken things up as it cooks, get all melty. Shh, I'm cooking. And be delicious. Okay, so once you have all of your filling sort of all coated, now we put the tater tots on. So we're still going to put a little bit more cheese, but first we're going to bake it for 30 minutes. And we're going to do that uncovered with just the tater tots. Now you can just dump these. I'm not going to, because I love the whole pattern thing. So I'm going to take my time and put a nice single layer of tater tots. This is where you can get your kids and or grandkids having some fun. No, it's not too hot for me to do this. So we're putting it in there. We're putting it in there at 350 for 30 minutes. And then at 30 minutes, we're going to top it with about another cup of the shredded cheddar, and then cook it another 10 minutes. So I'll see you back here when it's time to top it with some cheese. Ooh, nice. Bubbly. I wish you could smell how good this smells in here. So, now, I've just measured out 1 cup. We're going to put the final cup of cheese on here, just to give it a little cheesy topping. As much or as little. You don't have to do this if you want to just leave the tater tots plain. All right, and so it's going to go back in just for 10 minutes, really just for this to melt. And then when that's done, I will pull it out. Be patient and not taste it until it's cooled off a bit. So I'm going to give it about 5 minutes to cool off. So 10 minutes longer, and then pull it out, I'm going to let it sit for 5-10 minutes, and then we'll be back to taste test the buffalo tater tot casserole. Let's just try just the filling. Get some of everything. Here we go. Very good. Now, with a tater tot. I'm going to serve this. I just plated some so I could do a thumbnail and such, but I'm going to make myself a quick salad and serve this with a salad. You could also serve it with buns, things like that. I like the chickpeas because they have more bite to them than other beans, but they work really well in combination. Very good, very easy. Like I said, something you can make with your kids or your grandkids, and they're going to love this. It's not super spicy with that full half cup of the buffalo sauce. But if your kids are a little finicky, then just put a 1/4 cup. You can always add a little more on top of yours. So I hope you guys try this. Let me know if you do. So guys, thank you for watching. Remember, in a world where you can be anything, be kind, including to yourself. I love you, and I'll see you next time.